Don't you hate it when you're just about to go to bed and Blizzard drop a bit of a bombshell in terms of a change that's coming in Wrath of the Lich King Classic? Bombshell might be being a bit dramatic because I don't see this as a massive change, but I do see it as a potential stepping stone. So this could be the first part of the change, and the second part, you're probably going to guess what it's going to be, but a bit further down the line. So Agron's put out a post saying, "Greetings, as we near the release of patch 3.4.1 and Ulduar, one frequent topic is transfer and new character creation restrictions present on some of the larger realms in the US and EU. We understand the desire for players to play with their friends on these realms, and while these realms are not currently queuing, their population is still larger than the realms were designed for, and the queues could return with the release of future content, which, as you know as well as I do, normally happens. So there's many other very healthy and active realms available that are thriving, and we have no plans to lift realm restrictions on these realms in the near future. We do recognise, however, that PvP has been cross-realm for almost all of WoW's existence. A lot of all of there. And that realm restrictions get in the way of utilising Teamless Arena that was added in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. As a result, we've implemented a system to allow you to group with players on other realms and queue into arena matches and battlegrounds together. Now you should be guessing what I think the second part of this will be. Not the second part of this post, but the second part of this change. Because this is going to please some PvP players, but we're going to get on to who it's going to please in a minute, specifically when it comes to these PvP players. We feel that this is a sensible change considering that arenas have been cross-server since their inception in 2007 and battlegrounds have been cross-realm since shortly after they were introduced back in original World of Warcraft. We've enabled this functionality on the Wrath Classic PTR, and we'd love it if you wanted to hop in with some friends to help us test this. It's fairly obvious how you're going to test it, but we'll just touch on it just in case you're not aware. There was actually something like this back in TBC Classic. I can't remember whether it's just a small little window when the beta was out, but you could actually invite people cross-realm. And we speculated then that this was coming, but this in a much bigger capacity, as in also dungeons. Because if the true aim of this is so people who are on these big realms that are locked, if you want to start and you want to play together and we do some dungeons, there's absolutely no way we can do it at the moment without me going on a server that I don't already play on to then play with you on a different server. So being able to group cross-server does kind of make sense, but I would say it probably makes equal or a little bit more sense for dungeons and potentially even raids, or maybe they only limited it to, let's say, 10-man raids. And I feel like this is probably the first step of that, because when I said who's it going to aim at, I don't know about you, maybe you know loads of people on different servers, but I would say this is more the extremely hardcore, extremely competitive arena players, you know, who all know each other. You know, you come against this person in an arena, you know their name because you've fought them so many times. I wouldn't say this is really going to help your average or casual PvPer when it comes to arenas, because you probably just play on your server, you don't know that many people that you're even going to group with. If your friend is just coming back to the game and they're going to go and play on a different server so you can PvP together, cross-server, I don't know, it seems a little bit strange for me personally. I can't think of many scenarios where actually I would be PvPing with people cross-server unless maybe I was streaming and there was people who was like, oh, should we do some BGs? And now it gives me the option to group with anyone no matter where they are, which is quite nice actually for people who stream. That's not everybody though. So for just your casual player or regular normal player, you know, that just plays on a server, you're on Earthshaker or you're on Mirage Raceway or wherever you are, you probably don't have that much interaction with anyone off of the server to then actually warrant you wanting a group with them. Unless in the PvP tab in the LFG section, you know, the LFG tool or whatever they call it, I hardly ever use it. But if there was in there, you could see cross-realm people looking for battlegrounds, looking for arena partners and stuff like that. I'm not suggesting that that's the right way to go. They absolutely shouldn't do that. But I don't know how you find these people to actually do stuff with them other than, okay, like if you're on PvP Discords or something like that. But anyway, how to use it. In order to invite a player from a different realm, you'll need to type /invite player name - realm name. Basically exactly how it shows up if you've ever played retail, where it's cross-realm. So Agron said if he was on Classic PTR Realm 1 and he wanted to invite on Classic Realm 2, it would look like this. Invite Agron - Classic PTR Realm 2 with no spaces. When you're actually in a group, you can see here, it just looks perfectly normal, other than you can see the other guy's server that he's on. And at this point, the group leader could queue for battlegrounds or arenas as normal. You'll join the same match, be placed on the same team, and gain honor and arena rating as you would with with any normal arena or battleground group. Please note that this only can be used to allow players on the same faction to group with each other cross-realm, and additionally, this system may only be used to queue for PvP and will not allow you to join the group leaders layer in the outdoor world or enter non-BG, non-arena dungeons or raid instances with the group leader in any way. Party chat functions as you'd expect it to, but past chatting and doing arenas and battlegrounds, group members on separate realms may not directly interact with each other at all. We'd love to get feedback on how this functions, as well as any bug reports for anything that feels like it doesn't work like it should with the system. Thank you all for the bug reports and feedback so far for patch 3.4.1, and we're really looking forward to seeing you tackle Alduar, Titan Root dungeons, and everything else present in Phase 2 of Wrath of the Lich King Classic when 3.4.1 releases very soon. Hopefully extremely soon. So was this really a problem? I suppose this is the question I'm asking you. You tell me in the comments. You know I'm not a big PvPer, so this to me literally makes no difference whatsoever. It doesn't bother me. To me, it seems like a strange change unless they are setting it up for what they want to do with it in the future, which if they're saying, you know, oh, it's been cross-realm before, it's been all of this, you know, arenas has always been cross-realm and everything, so was dungeons, you know, when Random Dungeon Finder was in. I don't want to go on about Random Dungeon Finder. It's been a good few months without me mentioning it, to be fair, but that was cross-server. So could they make it so you can invite people from other servers to do dungeons with them eventually? Maybe it is by using the LFG tool in some way, but actually increasing the pool of players to be able to do especially lower level dungeons with. Don't really see that as a bad thing. You know, so if you could look for Razorfang Crawl as a specific dungeon, for example, while you're leveling, and you could actually see people on other servers, it's up to you whether you group with people on other servers or not. I actually don't see it as a bad thing if it was implemented in the right way. But for any of you that have watched me for any length of time, no, I am not opposed to cross-realm stuff. I quite like it. It just seems strange only doing battlegrounds and arenas when, as far as I know, no one's ever mentioned to me or in the comments or on Discord that this is something that we really need. It might just be something that they've just added to go, oh, here you go, you know, it's better to be there than to not be there. But personally, as somebody who PvEs, you know, primarily that's all I do, it would be nice actually for some of my old guildies and stuff like that on Mirage Raceway, for example, on a different server, to actually occasionally get together and do a dungeon, do a 10-man, whatever, cross-realm. Probably for selfish reasons, I see there being a lot more value in being able to group with people on other realms, even if it means you need to know who they are, you know, as in to physically invite them, you need to know their name, the server they're on, so it's not done in any random fashion, and actually be able to do stuff with people that you've left on other servers and things. So that's where I sort of see it going and also hope it going, but let me know in the comments what you think. Is this a good or bad thing? If you PvP, do you see this as a positive change, or does it just not really matter? But anyway, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.